All right, so there is a new app out. It's been out for a few months, but it's kind of drawn a lot of attention over the last couple weeks. It's called Parler, Parler, and it's a new app, and apparently a lot of politically conservative folks are turning to it. And I think this is fantastic. I think it's great, not because of politics at all. This particular app is an alternative to Twitter. And if you know anything about Twitter, if you're on Twitter, or if you follow how Twitter operates, with over the last couple years specifically, they have banned people from their platform for whatever reason, different forms of speech. They don't like what they're saying. They don't like who they're saying it to, how they're saying it, what the topic is, whatever the case may be. And it seems that more often than not, it is conservative voices that are shut down, that they don't like certain things they're saying. They're saying they're sexist, racist, homophobic, whatever the case may be. And whatever your politics are, I don't care. And this is not about politics at all. I think this is great because I believe in freedom and I believe in liberty. And in this particular case, that's about choice. See, most of us recognize that we don't want our government, choosing how we live our lives, controlling our lives. So why would we want any one company controlling our lives? And that's what Twitter, and frankly also companies and platforms like Facebook or YouTube, and you can go down the list, Instagram, I don't know. That's what they've become. They have dominated the area so much that now they control the content. And for stuff like that, where it's supposed to be social media, where it's customer-provided media, frankly, they are now the gatekeepers. And you say, well, that's a good thing. Well, it may be a good thing, but it's not always a good thing. And it has become something where certain voices and certain types of speech are shut down. And you say, well, maybe certain voices or certain speech should be shut down. And I'll just say you need to be very careful with that. When one group or one person or one company has become the global decider of what can and can't be said, this is very dangerous. And here's why. What if they're wrong? Okay, the beauty of Western societies in general is this free exchange of ideas. See, when someone says something that you don't agree with or you're vehemently against, but you have to listen to it, that's actually a good thing. That opens up your mind. That forces you to think. That forces you to articulate your points. Forces you to articulate what you believe. So am I saying that it should be anything goes? No, of course not. Extreme violence, rape, child pornography, of course these things should be banned. So then the question becomes, where do we draw the line? Well, I think we know exactly where to draw the line. It's usually pretty obvious, right? I just mentioned a few of them. Some kind of extreme violence, raping women or children, anything like that. Of course we don't want that on there. But see, if it's not obvious, then the default fallback position should be to leave it there, to leave it on, and let people decide for themselves if they want to or don't want to look at it, read it, view it, whatever. Do I think racism or racist things should be on there? I do. Do I think sexism or sexist things should be on there? I do. Do I think homophobic things should be on there? I do. I think they all should be allowed. And here's why. To shed light on who really thinks these things and talks that way. Wouldn't you want to know who the true racists are? Who the true sexists are? Who the true homophobes are? Who they truly are? Not if just something is said. I mean who they truly are. You would want to know. You want to shed light. The light is the antiseptic. It clears our eyes of the fog and we get to see exactly what the truth is. Not what someone else tells us the truth is. You get to find that out for yourself. This is a big deal. This is not something small. Freedom is not something to be taken lightly, and it's not easy. But we should hold on to it with two hands. We shouldn't just let it go so easily, especially not to some company. A company that has so much influence over so many people. Why would we want to give up our freedom, give up our power to a company like that? Even if you don't agree with those things, of course, you would want to see exactly who it is that does believe that and does say that. And even politically speaking, if you're on the left, you should absolutely want to hear the voices on the right. And vice versa, if you're of the right, then you should definitely want to hear those voices on the left. How could you possibly develop a coherent argument against the right if you don't even know what they truly mean by the things that they say? How could you make an argument against a welfare state if you don't truly understand why those on the left desire and want a larger welfare state? You should know that. You should understand that. You should know where they're coming from. Freedom is what, especially freedom of speech, this is what sheds the light on everything that is said, on everything that is thought, on all our actions. Someone might say, well, it encourages that behavior. Well, those things are going on now, aren't they? Don't you think they're going on now? But we like to say that they're dog whistles or microaggressions. Hey, let's get it all out. Let's get it all out in public. Let's let those voices be heard. And here's the thing. I promise you, you will get a much clearer picture of who the bad guys are and who the good guys are. You get a much clearer picture of who's really doing, thinking, saying bad things, and who just is kind of being silly sometimes, or who is just slipping up sometimes, and who is just using traditional slogans or sayings that may not be so PC these days, but they don't mean anything by it. We know the difference, right? We can tell the difference. I think we're sophisticated enough to know the difference between those two things, aren't we? We can do a better job at that, can't we? I think we can. I don't think we're such a bunch of sad sacks that we can't figure out who's just being loose with their words and who actually means it. We could do better than that, right? I don't know. I think we can. I don't think it encourages it at all. If it's out there, it's out there. An open, vibrant dialogue will always work better. And, maybe more importantly, will work more efficiently than silencing those that you disagree with. Open dialogue, open line of communication, open debate, an honest, articulate back and forth between ideas. That's always going to be better. And here's the thing, it's always more efficient because it's something everyone can understand. Some of these conversations that are going on now, most people who go through their daily lives and their daily grind that can't pay attention to this stuff 24/7, they can't understand it. And then somehow they get caught up in this, you're a racist, you're a sexist, you're a homophobe. No, they're just regular people that don't even understand the rules anymore. So if we have competition, that's better. If it forces Twitter to be better, that's great. Whatever this app is, Parler. If it forces Twitter to be better, then that's great. If Twitter doesn't get better, that's still okay because you have a different outlet. You have another place that you can go to speak freely and to see clearly those who are choosing to speak freely. That their words aren't so guarded. And we get a better understanding of what they actually mean and what they're trying to say and what they're thinking. This is way more valuable than people going on Twitter and watching every word they're saying because they don't want to get kicked off. No, I don't want people worrying about getting kicked off of a platform. I want them speaking freely because I want to get a better glimpse into what they're thinking, what's in their mind, what do they really believe. I'm sure in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I've said some off-color stuff. In front of friends, in front of people that aren't friends, But nobody took it the wrong way. They didn't look at me as a racist or a sexist or a homophobe or whatever, a xenophobe. There's so many different things, so many isms out there that you got to be careful of. Because they knew either I got a little loose with my words or I was using, a common saying that's been around for decades. We can do better. Freedom is better. Choice is better. So if this new app, Parler, causes Twitter to look at their platform and be a little more honest and be a little more fair, then great. And if it doesn't and people choose Parler instead, then that's great. I don't care which side you're coming from. Freedom is better if you're on the left or if you're on the right. Choice is better if you're on the left or if you're on the right. Stop putting yourself in these goddamn boxes. As a person, freedom is better. As a person, liberty is better. Look throughout history. You don't want tyranny. You want freedom. You want liberty. You want personal sovereignty. You want to be able to make your own choices, to decide for yourself, to see a true version of someone and say, who are they? What do they mean? What do they really mean? Are they bad? Are they just misguided? Are they missing the point? Or are they really rotten? Freedom is the answer, not tyranny.